WFRN 722. That's Josh Baldwin. His latest called Stand in Your Love. Hey, good morning. Welcome to the Friday WFRN Morning Show. We're happy to be here with
Obviously, Zach Williams had more torpedoes in his tubes. He just keeps rolling out the number one hits. We'll see if that one makes it to the top of the charts. One thing we know, right at the top of our charts in terms of what we look forward to every week here at WFRN is Triple P with Trisha. Triple P parenting and the services they provide to the community and to the WFRN family and to lots of families just means a lot to us, and we appreciate it. Trisha, good morning.
Good morning.
What do we have this morning?
We're going to talk about teenagers.
Oh.
And how we as parents and caregivers and anybody else can really hopefully get them to cooperate.
Okay. I was one of those once. Teenager, that is.
Me too.
It's all a blur for me. I technically remember it, but yeah, teenage years are hard years sometimes for teens and parents.
Yes. Yes. I would not choose to relive those years for anything. No, I'm thankful they're over.
I remember we had a school speaker once. I think Fellowship of Christian Athletes brought him in and he said, you might hear people say in TV and movies and life and say, boy, if we could just relive our teenage years. He said, life keeps getting better from here on out. He said, don't believe it. He said, right. Make the best decisions you can and hold on, hang in there.
I agree. And I have young teenagers, and as an early parent, early on, I decided that I was going to be a parent who enjoyed every single phase. I wasn't going to look at the 2-year-olds, 3-year-olds coming and dreading the terrible twos. And I was like, no, I don't want to think that way. And then other parents are like, oh, just can't wait till they're teenagers. And oh, I just can't wait till they're out of the house. And I'm like, to me, that's really sad.
What's the point of having your family?
Thank you. Yeah, it's a struggle. It's hard.
You can look at the thorns or you can look at the roses.
Yeah. Thank you. Yes, bush. That's great.
So you're knee deep into this teenager thing.
Yeah.
So what do you have for us this morning?
So just how we make the request and telling them to do something as a teenager with the way their brain is, how we say things really makes a huge impact on whether or not and how they choose to obey us. So we have to time our instructions well. We want to make sure that, we're not saying, hey, we need you to go do the dishes right now. And they're in the middle of a video game competition with their friend or something like that.
That say it.
I've been there myself. I've been caught in that trap, but I try really hard to be considerate because even us as adults, we don't like to be interrupted and told we have to stop and drop what we're doing right now and go do something else.
It has a whiplash effect.
Yeah.
It's jarring.
Yeah. So, just be conscious, be aware of what they're doing. And if you can, if it's something that has to be done immediately, then, there's times that just happens. But if you can give them, hey, 30 seconds to 5 minutes finishing what they're doing.
Right. So if you're MacGyver and there's a timer going off on a bomb and there's a few seconds left, then maybe it's okay to say, Magruder, now, come, let's go, let's get the fuse bomb.
I have a bad habit of, guys, Mom just pulled into the driveway. Quick, clean the house.
Yeah, I remember those
Drop
days.
Everything. No, don't drop everything. Put everything away.
It focuses them around a common goal and deadline really quickly.
I remember doing that as a teenager with my siblings. Mom and Dad would leave us this huge list of stuff to do during the day to keep us out of trouble, and we'd procrastinate, and then we'd be like, 15 minutes, oh no!
The quarter hour of power. Here it comes.
Yeah. So another good trick to getting our teenagers to do something that we would like them to do is to go to them. So go to them, be calm, get their attention, use their name versus yelling across the house. So this is where we need to stop what we're doing. Take those extra seconds. Yep, those extra seconds and go to them.
Put down the phone. Back away from the phone.
Get off Facebook.
When I was a kid, it was the newspaper.
Yeah.
Now it's the phone.
Oh, now it's work, phone, chores.
Yeah.
Everything.
Yep. Checking messages for work. Big thing. Yep.
Yeah. So, yelling at the teenagers across the house might work occasionally, but for the most part, we want to go to them. And it's just some extra love and respect when you do take the extra seconds to go do that. And when you tell them what you want them to do, describe exactly what you want. To be very specific. So something like, Moses, turn off the TV at 6 o'clock because that's when we're going to eat dinner.
Wait, did you just say Moses?
I did.
I'm fun.
Shouting Moses out in honor of my friend's son, Moses.
Oh, that's awesome. That's so cool.
And then give your teen time to cooperate. So again, if they have, let's say 5 minutes, let them have 5 minutes. If your son says like, hey, can I just like get my video game guy to a safe spot so I won't die and then go do what I need to do? Like, sure, that makes sense
Fair
to
enough.
me.
So,
Yeah.
so Lisa Rose uses a technique, which I'm trying to adapt, that seems to work. She will set a timer on the phone with a little ding dong bong sound that goes off. And then that's the person ending the causing the interruption or the transition, not her voice or my voice.
I've done that.
It's the timer. It's like this independent thing out there. Yeah, something
great.
just happened yesterday after work about your previous one. Describe what you want them to do very specifically. And I'm not going to say which child because I don't want to call anyone out, but I'll just say, we'll just say Abraham.
Stick in there with those Old Testament
Yeah,
names.
we'll stick with the Moses pattern. But so we went apple picking at Kircher's Orchards. It's an annual tradition. And one of our kids wanted to get one more barrel, but another one needed to get home for something. We had two vehicles because we met there. And anyway, basically he was told he or she was told by his or her mom, said, okay, you got 5 more minutes. And please, when it feels like 5 minutes, come up to where you pay at the main barn. And he was back there a lot more than 5 more minutes.
Oh, no.
Finally, we had to go in. We sent in a search and rescue party. And he said, I thought you were going to come get me. He or she said, I thought you were going to come get me. And we realized, we should have made sure he was stop picking because he was loving it so much, and stop, make eye contact, and kind of what you're saying, be very specific. Do you understand that you need to come? No one's going to come get you. And so, yeah.
Great
right.
learning experience
You're right.
for everybody.
Yeah, we always know what we mean, don't we, in communicating?
Yeah.
But it's what's received that is what's communicated.
Yes.
This is great stuff, Trisha.
When your teen does cooperate, you want to make sure that you thank them. So again, we'll go back to Moses. So thank you, Moses, for turning off the TV and coming to dinner on time. So just like with the little kids, when we praise them to encourage them to do something we want to do the same thing with our teenagers, because we can all look back to our teenage years and remember how insecure we were and how, we felt like the world was against us or, we just couldn't do anything right. So praise your teenager as often as you can for the things they're doing well and really help build their self-confidence.
What's the saying? You attract a lot more flies with honey than with vinegar. Is that the saying? Is there a saying like that?
I think so.
It sounds familiar.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
I'll go with that.
Yeah. And then with the teenagers, if your child hasn't done what you've asked them to do, back up the disobedience with the consequence. Now, with the little kids, they get 2 tries before there's a consequence to obey. With teenagers, they're old enough, they've learned this.
You lower the boom.
Yep, they get 1 shot.
Okay.
So have your consequence a reasonable one that can tie in with the request.
Your teenagers might think it's kind of cool if you just refer to it as, guys, this is Consequences 2.0. This is the next version.
Make it sound interesting.
Yes, make it actually sound interesting.
Another fun way to help get your teens to cooperate and to help instill some more independence and time management is give them a job or a task and say, hey, I need this done sometime today by 5:00. So say it's
Which means
Saturday.
it's going to get done at 4:55.
Maybe, or maybe they're going to do it right away.
Right,
Depends
you
on the
never know.
child, but it gives them that freedom of wow, they're letting me decide when I'm going to get the dirty dishes
They've
washed
got
today.
buy-in and ownership. Yeah.
My kids like that. So
We've been
I
doing
have
that.
the one child who will do it right away and the other one who will procrastinate to the very end.
A little bit
Interesting.
with homework, we've been doing that.
Yeah.
The idea is, because I've really been wanting to encourage them to do it right when we get home.
Mm-hmm.
But they've been pretty adamant about,
Wanting a break.
we want just can we have 15 minutes of home time before we have to dive right back into it? I'm like,
Right.
well, I don't know. Do you want to dive back into it, or do you just want to maybe never leave it and then just move on? So we're working through that.
That's cool. I remember when my kids were in elementary school, they were so excited about school, they do their homework right away, and I couldn't do anything to get them not to do it. Like, they wouldn't take a break.
Did that amaze you that was happening?
It did. And then middle school hit, and I was like, okay, this is my kids. We're going to do this again. Worst 3 months of middle school ever. Like, they needed an hour before they could do their homework and function.
Goodness.
And it took me 3 months to figure that out. I was like, darn it.
Stink.
Yeah, but that goes into, like, they were becoming teenagers, and they're just changing and shifting.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Well, we love the way that Triple P Parenting of Elkhart County has wonderful live events, and they're always free.
Out in the community all the time.
I know you got a bunch of teenager events coming up.
Yes, we're really pushing the teenager stuff really hard right now. So in the next few months, we've got 4 new discussion groups taking place.
Wow.
And one is getting teenagers to cooperate, so you'd learn more helpful tips than what I just talked about. Building teenagers' survival skills, coping with teenagers' emotions. My husband's very excited about that one. And reducing family conflict. So there's one happening in October, 2 in November, and 1 in December. So check us out at tripplepelkhartcounty.org.
And the last couple events you mentioned have free child care to boot.
Yes, the ones at Elkhart Public Library have free child care.
Okay.
So.
This is so great. And all of this information is available online at tripplepelkhartcounty.org. And when you register for an event, again, it's free, but they'd like to know you're coming if possible. When you register for an event, you're entered in a weekly drawing for the Perkins $50 gift certificate.
Yeah, so let us know if you heard us on the radio. Like, so if you're listening now and you're going to go to one of those, let us know that you heard it here.
$50 is a lot of yummy muffins and other bakery goods.
We could be calling your name.
Okay, tripplepelkhartcounty.org. Trisha, thank you so much.
Thanks, Trisha.
County.org. Trisha, thank you so much.
Thanks,
Trisha.